I'm actually
The thing is, when I moved here to study, it became kind of boring
I
because
was
Slovenia is
first
such a small country.
grandchildren, very
When you
spoiled.
think about it and it
When we
didn't
landed in
happen to
Atlanta,
you,
that
you're
was
like,
first time.
you have to
All the
talk.
thoughts
What I
went
like
away.
in
First time I
Azerbaijan
saw that,
is
like,
that you can
disappear.
always see
and
something
they don't
changing.
agree
Yeah, they
with
were
my
really,
kind
really,
of
really,
living. They
really
had
poor
problems.
before they came back to.
So because this is my life, this is not their life.
When you ask two people to tell you something interesting about them, they will tell you, I don't have anything special, I don't have anything to say, I'm not a really interesting person. We often think that only known people or celebrities have a life that is worth telling. But this is not true. We all live things. That's what I want to know. My name is Lison, I come from France, and I want to discover the stories behind people, and I'm sure you have a lot to say. Moitza started to travel alone when she was around 16 years old. How to meet your boyfriend at the other part of Slovenia without a car? No problem, she said. Let's hitchhike. How to move when you're a mother with two young kids? Hey, let's bring them with you in India. She always found a solution even without a lot of money. And today we are going to talk about the taste of freedom and adrenaline that are definitely her priorities in life.
I'm actually that sort of person who can't be just in one place. So I think when I was in puberty, whole Slovenia was mine. I also had travel with my friend when I was 18, I think, something like that, to hitchhiking Hare Krishna festival. So we visited some temples of Hare Krishna. It was Czech Republic, Germany, and Austria. Yeah. So we just do that and hitchhike. So and then I stopped traveling because I had kids and stuff, and marriage. And after when I divorced.
And you were scared of doing this because, most of the time people are like,
No.
it can be dangerous for
No.
a woman, blah, blah, blah.
No, yeah, the people just told me that, but I was just, okay. So yeah, I can tell you, I'm from capital, from Ljubljana, near capital. My boyfriend was from Trbovlje. This is like 40 kilometers away. And I just went from my city to there, hitchhiking and then back hitchhiking. So actually, I had some bad experiences. Okay, but it was just adrenaline.
Yeah. What kind of bad experiences you had?
Once I was selling roses to bars, and then I didn't actually, here when I was in Coast already, and I did not had car, so I went hitchhike to Koper, and then he drops me somewhere in the middle of Celje, and he robs me and stuff. So yeah, so it was something like that, and it was some weird people, but it's shit happens.
Yeah. And your parents, when you did that, I don't know if you were living with both of your parents or not, but they were a bit afraid to let you do that, or?
Yeah, in the beginning they was just, what the heck are you doing? And then he saw that I have my own rights, so they couldn't do nothing. Yeah, I just asked them. I remember when I was 15, something like that. I just asked them, so you will pay me buses and trains? So this is so boring. I will go hitchhike. And then they just realized that I'm something special, and I'm nothing like the other people. So yeah. I was not afraid. I was never afraid.
And was it something really common in Slovenia from this moment to hitchhike? Because in some countries it's now when you did it.
No, it was common. Now hitchhiking it's not so common because we have I don't know if you know, for site Prevozi. This is like like BlaBlaCar, Slovenian BlaBlaCar, and because of that, people are not hitchhiking anymore. It's for €5 for nothing. Actually, you can come to capital and very fast, and because of that, they are extremistic hitchhiking here. When I was teenager, it was normal.
Even for girl?
Yeah, because in Ljubljana you could saw in the specific place you could saw people, girls, boys. It's not important. Older people. It was just a place when because I don't know. For example, students were coming from home from Ljubljana, and they just hitchhike in Ljubljana to go home.
Okay, and then you told me that you were pregnant.
Yes.
You stopped to travel at this moment, or
yes.
When
I stopped travel for 10 years, something like that. 9 years, something like that.
And you missed it during this moment?
Yeah, for sure. But actually, they were so small, so I had problems on a pregnancy. And with Sarah, because she had cerebral palsy, and we had that kind of problems. Then I divorced, and it was a lot of problems. So, yeah. So, but I really missed that.
So Sarah is older than
Yes.
Luca.
Yes.
And when did you start to re-travel?
I think Sarah was. She was still in primary school in the last class. I don't know how much, 10, 11, I don't know, something like that. And it was very interesting because she was typing with a guy to internet from India, and that guy becomes a friend for one way. So India was my destination when I was in puberty. I actually decided that I would like to see India. So I think that time was the right time. So I was just, Sarah, let's go. Luca was with his father, and we were just, because he was so small, and we just went to the plane, and it was the first traveling with the plane, and
And she was really small, so I mean, she was 10. You told me
something like that,
something like that, more or less.
Yeah.
And how was it to travel with her? It was the first time you traveled.
Normal. It was interesting.
And how was it, India? Because it's really different.
India is a very beautiful country with beautiful people. Really, there is a lot of nature. It's very different, but it's it's very different. But people are more open-minded than in Europe. People are so open-minded and they are so helpful. Okay, you must be aware to some people who wanted to sell some stuff, but actually I didn't have bad experiences there. So.
And Sarah met his friend, like his online friend.
He first time he came to the airport to wait for us. But then we had another flight to the other part of the country. And he decided that he will not go with us, but he will go with the train and he will come later. So we saw actually in airport, and then we went together to domestic airport because we had domestic flight, and for 5 or something like that days he came with the train.
Yeah.
So after that, we traveled together to India.
So he can show you some places.
Yes. And the next time when we came, we traveled together to whole India. It was.
Yeah. So, and now he's still a friend. Or?
Yeah. Now we are still typing. And Sarah and Hari, they are often call each other. So we are still in contact. So after. I don't know, 7, 8 years. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how much we know each other. So yeah.
And where did you travel in India?
Yeah, we landed first time when we went. We landed in Bombay. We went to Auroville. This is a European place in Tamil Nadu. This is near Chennai. Mm-hmm. So then we went to Trivandrum, to Kerala. Then we went to the coast, up to the coast to Bombay back. Mm-hmm. And this was the first time, yeah. The next time we actually landed in Bombay, and then we stayed in Bombay a little bit because we missed, actually we were just a day or two in Bombay first time. So we went to amusement park. So you have like here some Disneyland, something like that. You have for €7 you have all, so it's kind of yeah. So yeah, but for Indian people this is a lot. Yeah. For us it's okay. Okay, one year tickets, please. Yeah. Yeah, and then we from there we went to Trivandrum directly with girlfriend of Hari, because Hari was ill and he was at home in Kerala. And okay, then when we went to Trivandrum, we had some plans, but it was so hot because we went in March and we didn't know that it will be so hot like that. So we decided that we will go to Himalaya. So we traveled 4 days and 4 nights in stinking Indian train, and then I think 3 days with 2 or 3 days with a bus. And we also went to the most dangerous street there in India. It was so interesting and so adrenaline. Yeah. So then we went to Kasol, to Himalaya Pradesh, and we stayed there. And after that we went slowly to Bombay. And we just came to Bombay, and I think 2 days, and then we went back.
And what was your first impression when you arrived in India? Because some people say that it's so different than things that we can imagine, that sometimes they have kind of a shock, you know.
Actually, it was so weird because I was just, I'm home finally.
Really?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm home. But the next year when we came, it was me and Sarah and Anchal. This is a friend of this was girlfriend of Hari. And it was there were some Indian people with rickshaws, and then they fight each other. They made a fight who will drive us, and then we just came to the guy who was standing nearby, and we are going with him.
Yeah, follow you.
Yeah, he was normal.
Yeah. And you told me first that you wanted to work in tourism. Mm-hmm. Like, did you already have this kind of taste for travels? Where did this come from? Like, your parents were traveling a lot too, or
no? Actually, we met a lot. We traveled a lot to Croatia. Mm-hmm. So we were in a lot of Croatia. This was in summer, something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not like traveling. It's just vacation there, to set a tent and to be there for 3 weeks and go back. And I was always different. So when I was in puberty, I'm still, but okay. When I was in puberty, I belonged to some punk rockers and punk rockers clans. So yeah, I think it's Taste of Freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
yeah, for sure. Because even this, it's not so common. I mean, this kind of music, but this is.
It's normal for me. I don't know for other people, it's their problem.
Yeah, but no, it's really good. But some people think that you're a woman, so you're supposed to listen this kind of music.
Now I'm realizing how am I like my grandfather. He was actually an artist, and he was singing a lot in opera. He was in opera choir, and later in other choirs. And he was adventurer, so maybe because of him, I don't know how much he was traveling, but because it was war and I don't know, but actually he was something special.
And did you grow up a bit with him?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I was, I don't know, 21, 22, no.
And I have a question, but maybe I don't know how to ask this question, but for people, you know, a lot of people find excuses to don't travel because it's like you don't have time or you don't have money or what do you think about that?
I think that it's not like just travel, it's for all things, but I realized that this is just things of priority. So it's, so what's your priorities in life? If your priorities is job, so you do your job. If your priorities are traveling, so then travel. If your priorities is, I don't know, some other things, do that things. And some people say yeah, and what about money? Actually, I will tell you, I'm not working. But money always comes from somewhere. Because I'm positive and I know that all will be okay. I'm not doing jobs and stuff, but hey, money comes from somewhere. I do some things around or something, I don't know, and money comes from somewhere. Money always can. It's not a problem. Actually, if you are traveling, for example, like me, I'm not, if I would not like, I'm not spending a lot of money. Because I'm sleeping on couchsurfing, so with people, with local people, I'm with local people. I'm traveling. If I would like, I can travel to outstop, to hitchhike. I'm hitchhiking. If not, I go to the bus. Okay, but it's all, I don't know. It's all priority stuff, and this is what the people don't understand. You must have money. No, I don't have it.
Yeah, Luca told me that in Slovenia, people are not really traveling a lot. What do they think about you, the fact that you're traveling a lot?
So yeah, here in Slovenia there are people who really, they are not traveling. Some of them are really, for some of them are really better to be home and I don't know, they just have, I told you, it's priority, think of priority. But yeah, I know some people who are traveling, Slovenian people who are traveling a lot, but yeah, I know people who are staying at home. So this is like two kind of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
and even about women, because in France, you know, I think it's like everywhere the same, but you're a woman, so you're supposed to be like that, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And when you're not, you're judged a lot, like you're not really in what you're supposed to do. Were you judged too? Because
yes, but it's not my problem. This is their problem of people. So yeah, so I know who am I, and I know how I'm living, and if they don't agree with my kind of living, they had problems. So sure. Because this is my life, this is not their life.
Yes.
So yeah, I remember, for example, I can tell you an example. When we decided with Sarah that we are going to India. Okay, I understand. Sarah was small. We just went first time somewhere because my first time traveling after a lot of time was somewhere very far. It was yeah, and it was very unusual. And when me and Sarah decided to tell my grandmother and grandfather, no, you will not go. Oh, what? How? And now when we are going, they're just, okay, go.
Yeah, they're used to now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But still, this year we went with Luca to Balkan and we visited Albania. Don't go to Albania. What the? Why not, actually? They are just mafia. Okay, well, yeah, it was, but we were sleeping. A guy who belongs to mafia in his house. So what for? They are so kind.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't have fear, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, actually, yeah, people are different meaning, but a lot of people say that we are so brave. I don't know what for. I can't understand what for, because if you decide to go, if you must go, yeah, but if I compare with some people, I still didn't show or yeah, I would like to just to explain something. Me and Luca actually have a project. So our project is, okay, if we are not going so far, I think to America, to India, to somewhere else, our project is to see all ex-Soviet Union Republic first, and then to go to Russia for some years, maybe some months or something like that. And we want to travel to, maybe we will return there, but our goal is to see all that states. I don't know how to say in Russia. So it will be, I think we might go. So we didn't see just Belarus because they needed visa. But now I know if you go to Minsk with a plane, you have 5 days. But still, I think that they will put this away. So next time, I think when we will go to Estonia to visit our friends, I think we will go also to Belarus.
Yeah.
So and we didn't saw Bulgaria here, but for that countries we saw actually ex-Soviet Union country. We actually saw all countries in Europe. So next trip on that countries with that project is how to say, Georgia, Romania, and one more is there.
Thank you for listening this podcast. If you want to participate, to talk about a specific topic or something that happened to you, you can send me a private message on Center Mladi Koper Facebook page. I will be really happy to meet you. See you soon for a new story.